Have you ever seen these horns on the helmets of German soldiers in the Second World War? The helmet of the German army, the Stahlhelm, is probably the longest-lasting military helmet from both world wars. I even claim that he is the most famous of history. This was not only quite characteristic, but also really good at protecting its wearer much more than his counterparts in other armies. But if you were attentive, you will notice something strange about these helmets. Namely, that some quite have pronounced bulges, the BRI are atypical for this type of helmet. These vary in size, and although they are very common, they are films that historically depict both world wars want to represent, rarely true to the original. What were these tips, and why were they placed in different shapes and sizes so elaborately produced? Well, in this video, we talk a little about the history of this mysterious equipment to ensure all our questions raised in the video answer. Beginnings of the German military helmet. To discuss this helmet, we need at the beginning of the First World War. The year 1915 is the year in which, at this point, the war reached its highlight, and unexpected was the conflict into a trench war. A new concept for this time that the way wars be led, change forever, should. At that time, the Germans wore a rather old-fashioned helmet that was actually quite pretty, and with decorations that referred to the Prussian culture. He was Pickelhaube or Splitzhelm. Many believe that the helmet originated from Germany, but presumably he invented it in the Russian Empire. According to legend, this happened to Bai, A Visit to Russia, 1842. Frederick William, King of Prussia, discovered on the Tsar's desk a pre-production model of a Russian helmet with lace, and he was so excited that he has this helmet shape immediately introduced in Prussia, 4 years before the Russian Empire. This helm was in the war in the mid-19th century. Century makes sense. In the First World War II, however, less so. He was made of leather and offered no protection against shrapnel, and the large, shiny tip and the decorations he made the soldiers invisible in the trenches, so that sniper them from a long distance could see. To mitigate the latter and protect the helmet from the weather a protective cover was placed over it. This solved the problem of, however, the low level of protection is not. The solution was simple. Replace the helmet design and adapt to modern warfare. Likewise, in 1916, the development of the steel helmet Stahlhelm. This time, the helmet made entirely of stamped metal, which compared to his predecessor extremely easy to manufacture. He effectively covered the